Hi, this is Rabbi Aaron Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva in the holy city of Yerushalayim under the direction of our beloved Rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. Today's title of our shiur, I know I don't usually have a title, but this one's different, is Little Things Mean a Lot. I'm going to tell you a little story before I get started. There was once a story about a bunch of scientists, not unlike in our world today, who became very full of themselves. And they went to Hashem and they said, I don't think we need you anymore. We can do everything that you can do. We could even create a human life. And Hashem says to them, well, this is wonderful. Let me see what you can do. And they went and they took a bucket and they took a shovel and they started to shovel out of the earth. And Hashem said, you have to use your own dirt. Dirt is a small thing, isn't it? They took it so for granted they didn't even realize that even the dirt on which we stand, on the planet on which we live, is made by the creator of the universe. It's a little thing, but it means a lot. Just like, for example, if you have a car. My car is big, it's huge, it weighs a ton and a half. And it's full of metal and steel and plastic and everything else. Lots of all of these things. It requires, however, about 5 quarts of oil. It takes about this much space. Because if you don't use the oil, the engine will weld itself together and the car will become useless. But you have the oil. But you don't have the transmission fluid. Again, it's a can about this big. Doesn't seem like very much, but if you don't use it, you will weld your transmission together. Oh, yeah, it requires also water. Water, very simple. Nothing, you take it out of your tap, put it in to keep the engine cool. Again, to keep the engine from welding itself together. And of course, gasoline. So simple, just gasoline. It's not a big deal. A can of it will make the car run. You don't need a full tank. You need so much to make the car run. A little thing that means a lot. Are you getting the picture so far? Let's take it to another side of to the other side. You ladies who bake, you'll appreciate this one. You're making a challah, or you're making one of your favorite pastries. You put in all the ingredients. Well, except you don't put in the yeast. How do you think the results are going to be? You think it's going to rise? I don't think so. You think it's going to be better than chewing on a brick? Probably not. And, oh yes, you forgot, this week you're not going to put in sugar and salt. Where does the taste come from? All of these are little things, and they mean a lot to the end product. The ingredients in the challah, the pastry, is what makes it what it is. The things that we add into the car are what makes it actually able to do what it's supposed to do, which is to drive us from one place to the other. And the reason I bring these things up is I'm going to help you to try and move to a little bit higher level today. We've talked about Hitbodedut a number of times. We know that the first part is gratitude. 15, 20 minutes of gratitude. Then you move on to teshuvah. 15 to 20 minutes of teshuvah. Then we know after that you can pretty much ask for anything. Although Rav Shalom tells us that if we ask for help keeping our brit, this is also equivalent to anything we might ask for. Another thing he says, you could say thank you for the whole time. Do you understand this? Saying thank you for the entire last half hour for everything that God gives to you. Do you know how powerful that is? It's extremely powerful. Otherwise, the Rav Shalom would not tell us that that's what you can do and you'll get everything that you need. It's a little thing. But I still have people who come to me and say to me, Rabbi, I don't know how to fill an hour. I mean, at 10, 15 minutes, I've exhausted myself. I've said everything I can think of about to say. I've thanked God for everything. And I've done teshuvah for everything. And I've asked for everything I could possibly want. Well, first of all, on that last one, let me say, I think you need to get your imagination cranked up a little bit. We'll get back to that in a minute, though. Let's start with the easy things first. Gratitude. What are you grateful for? You're grateful for good health. This is good. You're grateful that everything in your body is where it's supposed to be. This is also good. How grateful are you that everything works the way it's supposed to work? Are you very good? Why wouldn't you say that you're grateful for everything that works. That your fingers go like this and they'll just stay like this all the time. Your toes do the same thing. That your knees bend. That your back bends. That you can do it in most cases without pain. If you don't think it's a big thing, you ask anybody who's ever had chronic back pain, and they'll tell you what a big thing it is. Do you thank you for the fact that your lungs breathe in and out and just don't sit there like two lumps? That your heart beats and beats. And not only does it beat, it doesn't go at 250 beats per minute, which would be way too high, or 20 beats a minute, which would be not enough to keep you moving forward. It goes around 60 beats a minute. It's done by Hashem. He beats your heart. He makes your lungs work. He makes your liver work. He makes your kidneys work. By the way, in case you didn't know this, none of these parts are interchangeable. You can't take from one and give to another. They each has its perfect place where it is. The little things, look at the fact that just at your face for just a minute. Does your nose, does it breathe in and out? This is a very good thing. Some people's don't. Look at your eyes. You have eyelashes. What do? They deflect things that are flying at you all the time. Bugs, sand, whatever it is that's in the air flying at you. And these eyelashes deflect it away. Eyebrows. Anything that falls on your forehead, whether it's water, dirt, sweat, whatever it is now kept from falling into your eyes and protecting your eyes. These are all little things. This is how you can make your 20 minutes seem like not nearly enough time to say thank you. Why would you do this? Well, if somebody gives you a gift, they give you a gift, what would you want to do when you get the gift? You'd want to express your gratitude. You'd want to say thank you. Thank you so much for all these gifts that you gave me. That'd be nice. But wouldn't it be great if you said, thank you so much for this car that you gave me. Thank you so much that you got me this house. It's so nice. You gave me a place to live. Thank you so much that you brought food into my house so that we had something nice for Shabbos and for the Chag. All the things you'd want to thank for them separately. You'd do this to a person. Why would you do this to a person? Why would you have the urge to do this to a person? Because you are made B'Tselem Elohim. Because you are made in the image of God. What you do is what He would do. Only He does it to a much, much, much greater degree. All these little things help you to get closer to Him. Let's face it. At the end of the day, what is the desired result? The desired result is to get closer and closer and closer to Hashem. Why don't you think about it like a sulam, like a ladder? That each rung brings you just a little bit closer to Hashem. Each rung gets you closer to the Creator of the universe so that you know what is your purpose in this universe. And what in general is the purpose of the universe in which you live? Two amazing things that you really want to know because it helps you to move forward. It helps you to be happy with what you have in life. It helps you to know your place in the universe. So these are all important things. So now, I defy you, having just told you that, to tell me you cannot do 20 minutes of gratitude. And we haven't, by the way, we haven't talked about your health, your family's health, your kids, your wife, all of your good friends, all the people that you want to daven for, all the people that you want to help. You haven't said a word about any of this yet. And that's still, you can do the same thing with that. You can break it down into its finest components because remember, little things mean a lot. Now we get to teshuvah. Most of us have done teshuvah for the things that we know that we've done wrong. And we've done a pretty thorough job. We recognize a lot of the big things we've done wrong because they stick in our minds. But we don't remember everything. For myself, I'm 66 years old. Some of you are older, some of you may be younger. There are things in your life that you've buried back here. They're still in your brain, but you buried them back there. You don't want to think about them anymore, particularly bad things. Hashem gave us a brain which miraculously remembers good things so very well and has a tendency to put bad things on a back burner so that we don't think about them. They don't depress us and make us anxious. But we can bring those things forward. And to do proper teshuvah, we need to bring those things forward. Not just the things that we remember every day or think about all the time. We need to do a cheshbon nefesh that is so thorough. It's like combing, what do they call those little bugs that get in your hair? Cutting those little bugs out. It's the same thing. We've got to be that thorough. Things that we may not have thought about in years. people we've offended. We've said something bad to. We made them feel bad. We've done something that has made their life not what it should be. I mean, again, their life is not dependent on you, but you need to do your best to try and get yourself square with everybody, because remember, Torah tells us that Hashem does not forgive you until the people that you've offended have forgiven you. Now, I'm going to give you one caveat on that. There are some people who will never forgive you. But if you do your very best to ask for their forgiveness, do the best you can, and they still refuse, you've done what you were supposed to do, you can move on. But remember the little things. Even in your teshuvah, do a complete cheshbon nefesh, a complete accounting of what you've done. And make sure that you've covered everything. One little thing can stand in your way, can block your way to getting closer to Hashem. And remember, it's like a ladder. Each thing we do brings us a little bit closer to Hashem, and gives us a better understanding of the world around us and what our role is in the world around us. So as you go through this week, I want you to think about the little things. Go back to some of the people you've not been kind to and give them a little bit of kindness like you can. Make them feel better. Make sure that when you do your gratitude, when you tell Hashem how happy you are for everything He's given you, and you're so pleased with it, that you are thorough, very thorough. This takes you up the ladder, closer to the next level. Be thorough, be happy, be fulfilled, be joyful, because remember, little things do mean a lot. Have a great week. Shvuah Tov. I'll talk to you next week. Be well, my friends. All the best.